This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Thank you all. By names, I'm Leonard Anzo Simpleman, here to talk in favor of the motion as the second speaker. So our resolution states, this House would front the ongoing exhibitions on different social media platforms on corruption in Uganda today as the most effective means of ending corruption. Here goes the question to them. Why do they think their online advocacy is the most effective way? And I'm here to bring forward on table that our means, online exhibitions, is the most effective way. I would like to first leave them with a saying that never bite a hand that gives you food. Never bite a hand that gives you food. Food has been given to us by these online exhibitions. We have seen the Kampala potholes. It was brought to justice. Justice was brought. We have seen the iron sheets incidents. Justice was brought by exhibitions online. So I'm telling them, never bite a hand that gives you food. If this method worked for us in very many occasions, why should we throw it away? My first speaker came here and emphasized that this method did not only work yesterday, but it worked before and it brought justice to citizens of Uganda. So what am I here to tell you? Rejected. They came here and they claimed that online advocates, but we and I'm sure the entire house did not understand totally what online advocacy is. But we gave you proof of everything and the meaning of exhibitions online. Their first speaker comes here and says that social media will just act as a catalyst. But this is what I have to tell them. Once you're coming to school and your father pays for your school fees, you come and do the work of learning by yourself. But who is the most person making your educational future? It's your dad. So exhibitions, these online exhibitions are gonna create pressure whereby these anti-corruption organizations are gonna come in to what catalyze the issue. That's why we are saying we are working as a catalyst. We are speeding up the process. The first speaker comes here and says that he's opposing our point of fronting, but we say that we are coming to parliament to propose to bring on table this. So what do I bring on table today? Social media is the most effective way of ending corruption in Uganda today because of my following points of argument. First of all, awareness created by social media platforms attracts the interest of mass media that furthermore takes this information to those who cannot access social media on mass media like radios, newspapers. So the whole country gets this information and totally we have the freedom of expression and we can fight this as a country. Secondly, I come here to tell you that exposure created by these social media platforms, exhibitions, that shame, no one wants that shame. Why? Because of this anti-corruption denied. These anti-corruption bodies that are existing, that are just playing a blame game in this case of fighting corruption, will stop playing the blame game and coming to do their work, thus fighting corruption nationally. Members, ladies and gentlemen, I still bring on table. Social media gives chance, social media exhibitions give chance to citizens to take part in proceedings of the country. Uganda is a democratic country. So if I cannot take part in proceedings of the country, if I cannot take part in making wrong things in the country right, what makes Uganda a democratic country? This is why we come here to tell you that social media exhibition gives chance to citizens to react towards corruption that affects them most. That's why we come here to fight corruption from the grassroots up to the level. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the newspaper that was released, edited on 17th, New Vision, the 17th of March, it says that social media exhibitions have created a passive down-top, I repeat, passive down-top relationship of Uganda in its citizens. That's why I strongly stand that social media exhibitions is the best way of ending corruption in today. I still remain Leonard Simpleman for God and my country. Thank you all.
It is quite sad. So I'll begin by quoting that united we stand and divided we fall. Pano, we as Team Negative we believe that social media is helping towards the end of corruption. But one thing we do not agree with is that it is the most effective means of ending corruption. Quote me right. We are saying, yes, it is helping in the end of corruption, but it is not the most effective. As my former speaker said, we as Team Negative believe that joint effort means are the most effective means of ending corruption. He mentioned that it is the multi-pronged means, which I don't think Team Affirmative understood, because they came and told us that we are saying online exhibitions. So multi-pronged means that both online and offline. So they come and tell us that social media exhibitions are the most effective, but according to dataportal.com, only 2.5 million of the total population of Uganda, which is 47.9 million, are the ones using social media. So if it is the most effective and yet it does not even take up 0.25% of our population, how is it most effective? We are looking at the audience engagement analysis. If you cannot even cover 0.25% of our population, then how is your mean the most effective? We as Team Negative believe that we are following the popular saying by the Baganda that agali ewamu ge galume nyama. This also connects to united we stand and divided we fall. We are saying social media alone cannot help in the end of corruption. Why? Because rejected. Why? Because social media only puts it out there, but it is not the judicial system. Just putting a problem out there, let's say for example you're saying rejected, the ongoing exhibition of the Uganda Parliament. They are shaming our speaker, not even proving to us that she's guilty yet, but your social media exhibition has put her to shame. You have not even proven to us that she's guilty yet. What if in the long time after rejected, after proving that she's not guilty, will the effect that has been put to her name be removed? No. So we as rejected, we as Team Negative believe that the worst kind of corruption is a person who is corrupted in the mind, which is why one of the means we are going to use to end corruption is patriotism. And so we want is patriotism. As you know, the new curriculum, patriotism and anti-corruption are topics that are being taught in schools. Are topics that are being taught in schools. What are we aiming at? We are aiming at changing the mindset of our children. We are aiming at changing the mindset of the upcoming generation, so that up there, when they reach, they are not corrupt. Pano, we look at public engagement, where we see that 41% of Uganda's population are living below the poverty line, meaning that 40% of our population is not able to afford a decent meal in a day. Which the poverty line, if you want to know, is $1, which is equivalent to 3,700. And you're telling me that your social media exhibitions are the most effective. If a person cannot even afford a decent meal, how do you expect them to afford money to load data to go on your social media platforms so as to view the social media exhibitions that are going on, to see the corruption that is going on in our countries? So as Team Negative, we believe that the joint effort is the most effective mean and not social media on its own. Thank you. I rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.